This is a video showing the integration of Wildix with Simpro. So to start with, if I initiate a call into the phone system, we can see in the bottom right hand corner there's a little screen pop indicating that it's an incoming call, the phone number and the name of the contact that's calling. So we can answer the call by clicking on the green icon here. So the call is now answered. And we have a few options, so we can either click on the red button here to drop the call. We can click on this icon here to hold the call. So if I click on that now, so the call is now on hold, and I can click on that again to then resume the call. There's an option here to transfer and bridge, so I can click on this icon here, and to start with, it gives me a list of contacts that are currently in my department, along with their little icon here to indicate whether they're available or not. And then we can either bridge transfer the call by clicking on this icon here, or we can forward the call directly to that contact. There's also an others drop down here, so if I click on there, then we can see everybody else on the phone system, and I can grab a contact and I can either bridge transfer or forward that call. So that's for transferring. There's also a dial pad here. So in the scenario where you're making an outbound call, well, it might say press 1 for sales, 2 for support, etc. There's the option here to be able to press 1, 2 to be able to do that. Okay, well, the key icon is the first icon, which is the avatar icon. And if I click on the avatar icon here, then it takes me directly to that contact's record. So we can see that contact and all the details relating to that contact. I can then end the call. So if I click on this here, that ends the call. So if I just do that one more time, just go back to the dashboard. And if I place an incoming call, there's a screen pop. So this time, rather than answering the call, I can go directly to the contact record. So there's the contact record, and then I can answer the call. And then when the call's finished, we can drop the call. So that's screen popping for inbound calls. We also have click to dial option from within Simpro. So if we hover over one of these phone numbers here, then we can click on the pop-up and it initiates an outbound call, which I can then answer. So that's the call answered, and then we can drop that call. So there's also the option if we go to the contacts list here, and if we type in a contact, then from here we can also hover over and click on that number, and it generates an outbound call, and then we can drop that call. There's also a dial pad option on the icon, so if you've got a touch screen, for example, you could come here and you could just manually type in a phone number and then call that number, and that initiates the call, which will answer and then drop. Or also you can manually type in the number here and then click call, and that will initiate that outbound call, and then we can drop that call. So that's the integration of Wildix with Simpro, showing screen pop for incoming calls and click to dial for outbound calls.